Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee. It is a beautiful day here, although cooler than it has been, and I'm okay with that. It means I don't have to water quite so soon. Well, I hope you all had a great weekend. Good morning, Talina. I got to tell you, it was a really hard weekend for me, and it wasn't really until this morning that I understood the full magnitude of what was going on this weekend and why it was happening. Happy Monday to you too, Amber. So there's a lot in this message this morning, and a lot coming through for that 30 minutes for 30 days adventure we're going to share here pretty soon. It's funny. I drew this card for myself on Friday, and as I opened the box of the Don Miguel Ruiz cards, this one just hopped out, and I thought, well, maybe grooviest day to you too, Christina. I thought, well, maybe I'll put it back, and I went, no, because I was awakened at 3 this morning, and I finally got up at about 3:30 and did some work, and then went back to bed. Didn't really go back to sleep, and still things were running. And it wasn't until I sat down here, did my own personal reading, that I really understood what was going on this weekend. So the first card, it's not necessarily, I didn't draw this one as the overall, but I probably should have. So it will be. There is only one force that moves and transforms everything. The force that moves the stars is the same force that moves the atoms in my body. This force is always present and obvious for me to see, but I cannot see it when my intention is focused on lies. So the crux of, first I want to say, good morning, Anne, is we are like icebergs. We are 90% under the surface, our spirit aspect, the part we don't see. And we're 10% above the surface. That's the part we focus on. When you start focusing on more of who you truly are, that spiritual aspect, that energetic being, then things start coming to light for us. As light workers, as people choosing to live more from their spirit and less from the physical, we can be very physically challenged. Oftentimes we will have addictions because we're trying to numb all that's coming at us, and we will turn to other ways to cope rather than focusing on our spirit. And the first card that I drew as the overall message today was do less. And that truly, and I haven't read what Caroline Myss wanted this to say, but what that really said to me was that we need to just allow ourselves to be who we are. When we're doing, we're on the very physical aspect. We're trying to manipulate and control our lives from that aspect. That's not where your power lies. Your power lies in owning that other 90% of who you are. So let's see what she said. Assess your level of doing for others. Examine whether you've overextended yourself to the point that you become unnecessarily exhausted. And certainly doing this even for ourselves, the doing exhausts us, because the doing in the physical aspect is often, especially for light workers, this isn't true for everybody, but for those people who really choose to live from their spirit and came for that specific purpose in this lifetime, the doing in the physical exhausts us beyond measure. When we start being and allowing our spirit to guide us and to take charge, then we have less exhaustion on a more regular basis. Your goal, confront your core reasons for risking your health unnecessarily. And certainly it becomes a very physical aspect when we keep pushing against the trueness of our own nature. So, as you begin to live more in your power, your spirit, your soul, your energy, that doesn't necessarily mean that things just get easier. There are certainly moments of ease, and overall we fit better into our own life. But we are physical, and when we are focusing on the spirit and we are allowing energy to come in and we're growing that, our physical has to stretch to fit. And that 3D physical is sometimes very difficult to endure. And when you have great moments of fear or anger or frustration or pain, it is a sign for you to focus on what that's really telling you. What is the real message underneath here? Good morning, Sonia. What am I really needing to be focused on? Not the symptom. It's like, that's what, traditional medicine treats all our symptoms. They don't cure a lot, and they keep throwing things at us to try to manage the symptoms. It's time for us in our spirit, energetic, soul aspect to stop managing symptoms and start allowing the energy to guide us. So when that happens, as you start living more in your spirit and your own personal power, the world opens up to you. You have a happy ending. You'll come full circle to understanding who you are, and your spiritual growth will just soar. And that's absolutely Michael. Michael is the angel of power, and living more from our power is what we're all about. Because good morning, Linda. Hey, we didn't go to that hot springs. We need to think about that. So living more from your power brings you overall to a place of peace. Remember, that doesn't mean you're at peace 24/7, because we are physical. And we came in to experience physical, which means we're going to have the ups and downs. It is, or the circle, the cycle. Relationships are a cycle, especially our romantic and intimate relationships. We come in at, this is wonderful, which is when you start living in your spirit. Everything feels right. You can relax in it and all. And then you hit a period of growth. And when you hit that growth period, things get uncomfortable. Why? Because that's when we focus. That's when we go inward and just go, what does it take to get me out of this? What do I need to do here? And when you include spirit in that, you start getting the insights and you start being able to really use that power. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And that is truly where the peace is. When you're no longer trying to control, but you're taking charge and choosing to live in peace, that's when we really can have the peace that passes all understanding. This weekend, as I got out into my yard, I had a really nothing incident happen within me before I went out into the yard. Yes, Amber, I've been in it too. It's not all that bad, especially when you're focused on spirit and you know that everything happens. And this is the other mantra I live by. Everything that happens is always for my highest and best good. And things are always working out for me. This weekend, Saturday, when I went out into the yard, I was not in that frame of mind. I was pissed, angry. And that is not an emotion that I would have owned very much. Overall, I would say I was not an angry person, but what I had done was shoved anger down for years and just made things okay within myself because that's how it had to be. But we're never going to be able to move forward unless we allow the crap that we've accumulated to be released. Not only that, this morning, I knew I had come to release certain ancestral energies and to clear them from my lineage, but I didn't realize the volume. And one of the reasons there is so much within me right now that is uncomfortable is because it is ancestral stuff, and that was my agreement when I came. And I'm sure that many of you have that same agreement too. So ask to be given, and know that I don't know about you, I never would have said I was a visionary person. Clairvoyance was not my gift, except that this morning, again, it became very, very clear to me that I'm always playing up here in my head, and I'm seeing things, nothing that I really paid attention to. And this morning as I was working, I had these weird little pictures come in, and I'm going, why would I be? And then it became clear to me that there's not one vision that comes through my mind that does not have meaning for me in some way. Again, when you're living from your power, your spirit, your energetic aspect, nothing happens without, it's the truth for all of us. Nothing happens without reason, but you start owning that and you start paying attention to it. And you really can start shedding the things that have kept us locked up, because we become aware of what we need to shed. And so that continual daily connection and I'm open, I'm ready, I'm willing, guide me mantra is so powerful. So as we choose to live in more peace by living from our spirit, we get the 8 of Raphael, which says there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. And that is, as light workers wake up, and if you know friends that are beginning to become aware of their light worker aspect or their spiritual aspect, they're becoming more attracted to cards or to crystals. Great morning, Susan. Or things that are not of the physical realm. Share this video with them. We need more people to awaken to living from their spirit and allowing their spirit to lead them now. And again, we are only 10% physical. The rest is our divinity. We are a neuron in the mind of God. We are made in the image of God. We are part of God that came here. So allow that part to grow and to start leading you more. And that isn't, prayer is a wonderful thing, and that's what I call connection. But that begging God to do something for you is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about owning that and giving God permission, your spirit, your higher power, creator, source energy, the creator of all that is, whatever you call it. That's giving them permission to step in and start guiding you, because that's what you're allowing on a daily basis. So, an amazing reading today. Let's see what the Sacred Traveler Oracle has for us today. It is fun, isn't it? Stepping into power. It's what we're all about here. You are strong beyond measure. You have everything you need within you. It is tapping into that and allowing it to flow through you is truly where your power lives. So, it's funny, I was remembering Friday's reading this morning at 3 when I woke up and had to get up. And part of the reason I had to get up is because I was so incredibly uncomfortable physically. And this has been the truth over the last few weeks. It's like, really? I thought I'd worked through this. But as physical beings, this ascension energy that's coming in, the energy of change that is happening throughout our world, abracadabra, Amber, yes, is uncomfortable for many of us in the physical. And the more work you came in to do, the more uncomfortable you can be at times. So just know, everything that happens for a reason, and it is always for my highest and best good. That belief will get you through anything, because everything is working out for us. And when you include God in it and allow Him to take control, then we really start to soar. But again, just know that it is not always a comfortable journey, and just because we're connected and living in our truth and our power does not mean that life is always rosy. We came in as humans. We are living in a human experience, and we're learning constantly. So allow it to be the truth for you. Again, if you're waking up to your spirit and you know, good morning, Sylvie, you know people who are waking up to their spirit and could use some guidance and understanding, please share these videos. Go to my YouTube page. I have a playlist there that I want people to utilize as their own tarot videos, tarot cards, where you scroll, you ask God to give you some insight, and you stop on it and you listen to that message. That is what I want those to do for you. So it's Wisdom Guided Oracle on YouTube. And if you would certainly like and subscribe, that would be awesome. I would love that channel to grow, because then YouTube goes, oh, hey, this might be something you're interested in, so more people can see things. And again, like I've said, my passion in life is to touch as many people, to live in their power and be a positive influence on as many people as possible in the world. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for your support, your kind words, and your support of me over this last very difficult journey over the last 6-8 months in my life. And I truly appreciate all that you have given me in this journey. So I think we're complete for today. Love and light to you all. Let's go out there and start really living in our power. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, and I am definitely having more coffee today. Love and light to you all.